What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast live stream. And we got a special guest. We had her on a while back, and I'm glad to have her back on. Symone Stanley with the sports. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Hey, hanging in there, hanging in there. It's been up and down from free agency to the draft and to this much anticipated schedule release. And all the back and forth with the Giants. I know a lot of people wanted to get the Giants week 1, but I know you're happy. And if you haven't seen her Atlanta Falcons versus the Eagles in ATL video, explain to these guys why it's so important that are so great. You're so grateful that the first game of this 2020 season will be played in Atlanta.
Well, I live in Atlanta. I'm not originally from Atlanta, but I've lived in Atlanta for like the last 2 years. I actually cover the Atlanta Falcons for my freelance job. So I cover the Atlanta Falcons for the newspaper. So hopefully that's a game I'll be able to go to and be able to be credentialed for as a part of the media, because that'll be super lit. Obviously, I'm be work for Falcons, but you guys already know I'm gonna be there for the Eagles, period. So I'm super excited because I don't get to go to Eagles games in Philadelphia because I'm not from Philadelphia, so I only ever get to see the Eagles on the road. So when I saw that we were playing the Falcons, I was like, please don't let this game be in London. Please, please, please don't play me like that. But when I found out I knew it was gonna be in Atlanta because we knew like at the end of the season who our away opponents were. But I'm just super happy it's the season opener for us because we'll be able to go to that game live. So it's gonna be super lit to open the season. Just a lot of bit nervous, because that offense ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah, man, I agree. I'm not gonna just wave off the Atlanta Falcons. I do think as much as their offense is powerful, they're going to struggle on defense. But their offense is powerful. Now you do hear the Julio Jones whispers, and let's be honest, the Atlanta Falcons are in cap trouble.
They are.
And it doesn't make sense for them to trade Julio Jones now unless somebody was offering a boatload of stuff, because they'll actually lose money if they wait to June 1st. They're going to save I want to say 14 million or something like that. So they're going to be able to get above the cap and have some moved room to wiggle, especially signing guys like Kyle Pitts and their rookies. So I think that's a possibility. You take Julio off and it's just Calvin and Kyle Pitts. Maybe we could work with it. We still need to address CB2 100%, man. And I think we're showing interest in Steven Nelson. But at the end of the day, I think it's like a June 1st. Whoever's there in June 1st, wait, because we'll get some money. We might have more of an idea what we're going to do with Zach Ertz, whether we keep him because we got the extra money from, the Malik Jackson fully off and Alshon Jeffrey. But we need to do something because we have nobody there. I mean, Avonte Maddox to me is a C+ in the slot, C- in the slot. You put him on the outside and he just fails. He fails.
Right. So, yeah, it's going to be a big test. I want to just in my heart write off the Falcons because obviously, I deal with these dirty birds every day. But it's going to be a tough game. And one thing about them Falcons fans, they're pretty loud. They're a pretty good team at home. They're definitely going to fill up the stadium. I'm extremely nervous about that offense because last season, the Falcons offense was supercharged. I think a lot of people kind of wrote the Falcons off just because of what their records show. But if you actually watch their games, it was always the defense losing the games for the Falcons. Matt Ryan was not the problem for the Falcons. Julio, Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage, because people forget about Russell Gage as well. That offense is legit. And that was when they had bad coaching. So now they got can't remember his name, Arthur Smith. They have the coach who's an offensive-minded coach. So just imagine what he's going to put together having an offensive-minded coach now. They do need to get their running game straight. That's one thing they definitely need to get in order. But that Falcons game is going to be tough. Last 2019, I keep wanting to say last season because we didn't get to watch any games. But 2019, that bubble screen, that's all I got to say.
Yeah. The Atlanta Falcons Twitter account try to, they let us know. They try to come out there and say, hey, last time they open up. And listen, the Falcons are a different team at home and on the road. It's always been like that. They got the speed. They got the receivers. It's a dome. That's what they like to do. However, like you said, the run game is going to be suspect. And Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith, right? You got to understand that he was a offensive minded OC in Tennessee, but what was his go-to play calling?
The running game.
Action, running with Derrick Henry. And so if they can't establish a run in Atlanta, I think now he has to come up with something that I'm not saying he doesn't know how, because everybody knows he knew that what the Titans would thrive off is run, play action. But the run game is definitely a question mark, and I'm interested to see how that goes. So we're going to talk about all the games. Let's start with the big one, because like you said, you cover the Hawks, you cover the Falcons. You're going to have to be, giving some stats pro Falcons while you're, bleeding green all day. Right. Real quick, shout out to LB with the $2 super chat. He said, "Goats." Hey, real quick, Symone. So I just Philly 500 and LB just got done doing one, and I came in late to there, so I gave him a super chat and I said, "Listen, I didn't get to hear y'all predictions. What do you got?" And my guy Philly 500 said 11-5, going through the whole schedule. And LB with the 11. It's
11-6. Yeah.
11-6, and LB got 12-5. That 17 game keeps throwing me off.
Right, it does.
12-5 though. That's pretty high. Pretty high.
It's high, but when I was going through the schedule, like, of course, you always looking at stuff from an optimistic point of view. Gotcha. But I was thinking, my loss column was pretty low too. Just thinking about, okay, our division rivals. Obviously, the Giants are going to play us tough, of course, because, they got a vendetta. But I feel like we're definitely the better team than the Giants. I feel like we could be the better team than the Washington football team. Only thing about Washington football team that really scares me, of course, is their defense. But since we're playing the Washington football team later in the season, our offense will have more time to gel by that time. If we were playing the Washington football team early, like we usually do, I'll be extremely scared of that pass rush just because Jalen Hurts is young. Obviously, Devonta Smith is a Heisman Trophy winner, but he's still coming to the NFL for the first time. Rager is still getting his feet wet. So our offense is still extremely young. So if we were playing that Washington football team defense first week, second week, third week, then I would have that at L. But once we play them late in the season after the bye week, when we got time to heal and cook stuff up and rest, and that's extremely positive. Another thing about the Falcons, though, what I was looking, that first game is going to be clutch for us too, because that Falcons defense is piss poor, and besides Richie Grant, they haven't done much to improve that defense. Their pass rush is non-existent, so that's a very good game for Jalen Hurts to kind of come in game one. Of course, Devonta Smith as well, because let's not forget the Falcons. We don't got no cornerback, but the Falcons ain't got no cornerback either. Okay, so they just moved Isaiah Oliver to the slot. Then they have what's his name, young boy.
AJ Terrell,
who got
cooked last season.
Right, he got cooked. Okay, so they haven't stepped up their corner position, so they don't have a pass rush at this point in time. So that Falcons matchup is going to be, I think, a shootout.
Yeah, and you put it in perfect words. Like, if you have a young coach, a young quarterback, a young number one wide receiver, I mean, you can't ask for a more suitable matchup. Yes, you're going against some firepower, some vet quarterback play in Matt Ryan, and they are dirty at home, the Dirty Birds. But again, that's a confidence builder. Let me just say, if Jalen Hurts goes into the dome, he runs for 85 yards and a touchdown, throws for like 290, close to 300. We come away with the dub. Devonta Smith coming out with 100-yard game in his first NFL game. Talk about, am I too little now? I mean, that's definitely going to keep us rolling. It definitely is. Nick Sirianni be in his bag. You'll be coming home to Philly to play the San Francisco 49ers. So we're going to do these predictions in three pieces. So we spent a lot of time on Atlanta, preferably because that's the biggest one. We play them first, and we can't really talk about that until we really know how we feel there. So overall, you got us beat in Atlanta. It is tough.
It's super tough. It's going to be tough. I mean, with everything, but I'm going to just say we're going to beat Atlanta just because, like I said, their defense, as of right now, they haven't addressed their problems on defense. versus us, where our only really big problem, I know a lot of people have issues with our linebacker group, but our only really big glaring problem right now is cornerback 2. Now, that's a huge glaring need. I'm not denying that. But when it comes to the Falcons, they have no line and they have no corner. So our defense, it seems like it's going to be the better matchup. I feel like Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith and Miles Sanders and Jalen Reagor are 4 guys that's going to be coming out with something to prove. Mm-hmm. So I'm not betting against them. The Atlanta Falcons, they're bringing all their weapons back on offense, which is tough. But I feel like we're going to be the team that's going to have more drive, more wanting to come out and start out 1-0 versus them. So just God willing, off of will and strength and them not beefing up that D-line before September 12th, I'm going to have us getting the dub over the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree there. I think we're gonna go 1-0. It's very hard to win in ATL. And again, you always got to look at the season like this. As we get deeper into the 17 games schedule, there's always going to be a game where it's like give or take. So you say we're probably going to lose this one, but win this one. So it's like, when the season's actually here, we lose to ATL. It's not all over because maybe one of them teams that we thought we were going to lose to, we pull an upset on them. So it's always going to go back and forth. But I agree. I think the fact that they're going to be so pass heavy, I do not think Julio's going to be there.
You think Julio's get traded?
I think Julio's going to get traded before the season.
I do too.
I think, again, and I hate reminding people about this, but it's just if the coach for the Philadelphia Eagles just runs the ball more than 15 times a game, I think we run the ball, control time of possession, keep their offense off the field, light them up with Devonta Smith and these guys in the dome on turf. I think we can get the W. So I'm gonna say we start out 1-0. So we both got us going 1-0. Now let me get your take. Coming home to play San Fran.
I'm gonna say 2-0. Now I have the San Fran win over. I'm more confident in the San Francisco win than I'm confident in the win over the Falcons. Obviously, home field advantage. San Fran, we beat them last year. Obviously they were riddled with injury last year when we beat them. We beat them in prime time. It was a big win for us at that point in the season because we kind of was like trying to prove we still in this kind of thing. San Fran, have they even figured out their quarterback situation?
Oh, as of all now, it's going to be like a pure competition. The nod is given to Jimmy G. But again, Trey Lance is going to get every opportunity in the little mini preseason we have. I think it's 2 games, OTAs. I'm thinking if Trey Lance is who they think he is, he might be the guy, which could benefit us for him making early mistakes, or he could really be the guy and light this secondary up. So I think, San Fran is a little tough. Being at home, I'm a little bit better on it. But so you think, remember their D line, it don't look that good last year, but they got the better Bosa. They got some vicious people on the D line. Their whole D line was injured when we played them. So you got us winning that game at home opener.
I feel like now I know Jalen Hurts is a young quarterback. We don't even know 1,000%. We just confident in Hurts. We don't know 1,000% on paper what he can do yet in the NFL. But I just feel like we keep that pressure. Yeah, their defense is definitely stout, but I feel like their defensive line, I feel like if we put that pressure on Jimmy G, if given that it's Jimmy G, I just not scared of Jimmy G at all. And of course, San Fran fans are probably saying they're not scared of Hurts. I mean, we haven't even seen what he could do yet, but I'm just not really scared of Jimmy G. And of course, like you said, last time when we played them, they weren't even just hurt on the defensive line. They were hurt pretty much everywhere. Yeah. So I mean, that's San Francisco. That's gonna be a big toss up. That's a toss up. But it's hard to say we're gonna be 2-0 at this point.
Let it go. We about to go 17-0. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know, because I just need to see San Fran's roster. Like, I need to see San Fran's roster, but that defense is stout. And like we said, we're coming in with an extremely young offense.
They did lose their defensive coordinator, Robert Salah.
That is true.
Richard Sherman's not going to be there.
That's true.
Just trying to make you.
Well, is Rich coming back? I heard he might be
He's still up in the air.
Yeah, he's
He
still
was
up in the
talking
air.
about Seattle, possibly going
Mhm.
back to San Fran for 1 year. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? If it's do or die, we might as well give him a phone call for 1 year. I
I'm
mean, it's
not
no
in. I'm
long
not
term thing. We
interested in
just
that.
need somebody. But
But yeah, I'm just something about San Fran just giving flat to me. Now, like you said, they do have new coaching staff. Jimmy G, I'm just not scared of Jimmy G. That defensive line, yes, I'm scared of, and we don't know how Hurts is going to be under pressure, especially with the passing game. But we get our running game going. 2-0. I'm just not really scared of San Francisco. I don't know why.
hey, I love it. Real quick, shout out to JC Eagle Talk with the $5 super chat. He says, "Sup, two of my favorite people. Y'all doing an outstanding job. Anyways, just coming on from 500s live. He has us going 11-6, and LB got us going 12-5. Can't wait for y'all. And hey,
Appreciate you.
Symone's following right in the footsteps. She got us going 2-0 to start.
You guys 2-0?
Nah, I'm gonna give us the loss for the simple fact, like I said, I think our O-line and our run game is going to be featured this year, all through 2021. The O-line and the run game. Listen, I think Nick Sirianni is going to make it super easy for Hurts. Some people are going to look at Hurts' games log and say he really can't pass because we're going to utilize his legs. We're gonna give him easy passes. He's going to be more efficient, but he's not going to have as many 300-yard games early. I think we're going to make it easy for him, and he's going to get dubs. And if he's thrown for 225, 230, but he got 85 on the ground, Miles Sanders is up over 100, Devontae's eating, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it as long as it's turning into dubs. But here's my thing. Again, I really respect the fact that when they're not injured, they were a quarterback away from being a legit contender. I think George Kittle's going to be there hungry. You got their wide receivers. And listen, they can take any running back and in that running scheme that Kyle Shanahan has, he's good. And they got Trey Sermon. They were going to get a couple guys back. You were loving Mostert last year before he got injured. I think, we're coming off a big win against Atlanta and we get a letdown. I don't think we're going to get beat by a lot. And, you could swap them, a win here and a loss to Dallas. No, I got us going 1-1 in the first two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just feel like if our D-line is who our D-line is supposed to be, then I feel like we can put enough pressure on Jimmy G. Because even with those weapons, Jimmy G does not scare me in the passing game if he's pressured right. So if our defensive line is who they are supposed to be, if they're acting right week 2, then I feel like we will be able to pressure them enough. Now, like you said, their D-line going to put the pressure on us as well, going to put the pressure on Hurts. So that's definitely going to be it's going to be a good matchup. And now I'm a little bit nervous about these sorts of games.
No, but let me just say this though. If we do come out the Atlanta game in a tough fault loss, we're gonna need to rev up at home, and we're gonna need it to be 100% capacity. We're gonna need to hear the link rock, and you see all the players on Twitter, big place, all the people who haven't been an Eagle, like Big Play Slay. I saw Anthony Harris. A lot of them are like, yo, I can't wait to see how the link is rocking. You know what I mean? So
it's gonna be lit.
We're gonna need it. But so far, this is not even the real prediction. You get more comfortable as OTAs and preseason come. We're gonna redo this. This is the way too early.
Yeah.
I'm kind of drunk. No, I'm just kidding. Prediction, you know what I mean? So you can't take all this just with a grain of salt. But
it's a little scary. It's a little scary because it could easily. I'm confident it's gonna be 2-0, 1-1, but it could easily be an 0-2 start.
Yeah. So now I got us going 1-1 to start, 2-0 for Symone. So now we're gonna go to Dallas. I think it's a Monday night game too. Yep, prime time in Dallas. How you feel about that one? I'll let you start that one.
Okay, so I'm gonna say 1. At this point, we're 2-1. Now on this schedule, I'm giving the loss to the Dallas, but in some combination, I have us 2-1 in the first 3 games, however it shakes out. But I'm gonna give this loss to us against Dallas just because that offense is just crazy. Obviously, Dak Prescott is going to be back. Something to prove. Like we said, Dak Prescott has something to prove. Ezekiel Elliott had a little bum year last year. He going to be ready. Something to prove. People talking about he don't deserve that money. Me, I said it. He going to be ready to come back and shut me up and shut up some other people. They're also going to be at home. The Cowboys is another stadium that, just like the Link, hasn't had their fans. Also, the way that they beefed up that defense has me scared too. They got Micah Parsons, they got Jabril Cox. Jabril Cox is a guy I thought we should have got as a steal. Don't know why we didn't get him.
And they got him so late, too.
They got him so late. So go ahead and add that to already their stout linebacker core. That middle of the defense is going to be scary. I don't know. The Cowboys, it just depends who we going to get at cornerback too. Because that Falcons game, they got several people that can cook us if we just go in there with Avonte Maddox, Darius Slay, and Zach. And then, we're going to get cooked by the freaking Cowboys, because I'm saying that offense is going to be scary. They got Dak Prescott back. Dak Prescott coming off a year of being hurt. His name came for. Y'all compare me to Wentz. Look what he did last year. That's who y'all think I am. Dak is going to be ready to attack. They had to beg for his check. They're going to be at home. It just all depends on who's going to be our cornerback too. If we don't address that and seriously address it, then we're going to get tore up. We will get tore up. And then let's not forget what they're going to be able to do on defense. Now, I know they haven't really beefed up their defensive line as they should have. You know, teams aren't done building their rosters. They went pretty much all defense in the draft, so we don't know who in their draft is going to step up for them on the D-line. But that middle of the defense is going to be scary, especially when, you know, Jalen Hurts trying to find a little, you know, you start forcing stuff. That's when they start getting them picks. And it's going to be week 3, still early, still getting adjusted to Nick Sirianni, still getting adjusted to his receivers and everything. That Dallas game going to be pretty scary.
Yeah. And I agree with all your points. I just think that, you know, Dallas's offensive line was beat up too. And if they get healthy, they'll be good. But I think their guys are being more in and out on the offensive line than ours. I think our guys had crazy stuff. Brandon Brooks, ACL before he even touched the field. Lane Johnson, the surgery went wrong. Their guys are just old and just getting ouch all the time. Coming back, another one. So I think, you know, maybe they're banged up by week 3. It's early in the season, but everything you said about Dak, I agree. I'm nervous. I am eerie in a good way that he's a little bit hesitant, holding back a little bit. He just got his butt whooped week 1 by the Bucks. I hope that puts a dent on Dallas.
That's a blessing we got right there.
Yeah, but because I have us losing to San Fran, I think Jalen Hurts knows that he had a chance to take this weak team to the playoffs last year, and he really had his worst game, and he had a lot of blunders in that Dallas game. Like I said, I'm on the Hurts season in the sense that I believe in his potential, but I'm not blinded by some of the mistakes he made, but I'm okay with it because he's such a young player in a COVID season with 4 starts and a bad supporting cast. But he had some on his own blunders in that Dallas game, so I think he's going to put in work. Again, I think we can run the ball. Dallas was horrible against the run. You got a running quarterback. You got Miles Sanders, who always eats them up. Play to your strength. I'm going to give us a dub there. So at this point, we got us both 2-1. We're both 2-1, just a little bit different. And at the end of the day, as long as we can get there.
In some combination of fashion, we're going to be 2-1, and I'm okay with that. Wherever the loss is coming from, it's just scary because we're playing 3 high-power offense. Obviously, San Fran not as high-powered, but we're playing those 3 good offenses where our defense, our secondary is going to have to be on lock, and our secondary is getting real scary, and it's definitely going to be tested. But one thing I like about this Dallas game, I like how we are playing them early, because usually we're playing them in the middle of the season. I like how we're playing them early because they're going to be still trying to figure their stuff out, you know, instead of
figure us out. We're going to be a little bit under the radar. They're not going to know Nick Sirianni's tendencies.
And then we get to play Dallas. Usually it's the reverse. We get to play Dallas at home. So I like that at the end of the season, because usually Dallas has that home field advantage. I already know the NFL is in with Jerry Jones, because how do they always got the last home game when
we try to scoop them in?
Right, exactly. So I'm like, okay, they got to come to the link last game. Okay, these are starting to look good.
Yeah. Shout out to James Kent with the $2 super chat. He said, Giants fan here, split or sweep. Are you asking me if we're going to split or sweep you guys? Or are you telling me you're going to either split or sweep us? We going to get to that, but you're definitely not sweeping us. And I'm definitely going to have a nice bet with the entertainer. Probably not on the overall record, but we're going to have a Daniel Jones versus Jalen Hurts touchdown prop bet. We're going to have one of them. And I'm going to love to see my guy Jalen Hurts win me something good. Real quick, Jersey Boy with the $5 super
Jersey Boy?
chat. Channel member. Appreciate you for coming through. What's up, y'all? Can't wait for the season. Do you think our offense will be explosive like 2010? Our young guys going to ball out. How do you feel about this offense trying to keep up with the Jeremy Maclin, Deshaun Jackson, Shady McCoy, and Mike Vick season that fell short to an interception against the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers? What's your take on that?
I feel like if it's any offense, it's got to be this one. Like, I feel like people are extremely sleep on us. First of all, we got Devonta Smith. Obviously, now I know because I said it too. Again, I wanted a big wideout, of course. I mean, extremely love Devonta Smith.
We could tell. Listen, real quick, if y'all haven't, let me just say this to people who don't know her. Listen, watch her reaction. It's probably the most authentic reaction that I've ever seen. I was just like, I almost started tearing up.
More happy than I was.
It's crazy, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead, though.
But yeah, I mean, come on, we got Miles Sanders. And my thing about Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert in themselves, we have, in a good way, we haven't even seen their full, like, we haven't even seen all that they can do yet. We've seen great things, but it's good because we haven't even seen all the great things that they could do. Miles Sanders hasn't even broken out yet. Dallas Goedert has a high ceiling, hasn't even broken out yet. We got Jalen Reagor. Should he have been a first-round pick? But still, a first-round, high second-round pick guy that who knows how we're going to use him this year? I mean, I guess we're going to be using him as the slot, Z receiver. We got a Heisman Trophy winner that went up against a lot of these DBs who went before him that he cooked. We got a Heisman Trophy winner. And mind you, when he was playing in Alabama, he didn't even have the best quarterback that came out the draft throwing to him in a good way that just shows to his strength. We got Kerryon, who's supposed to be a draft diamond. I like Kerryon.
I do.
Yeah, we got him. My bad, not Kerryon. Kenny. We got Kenny, who's supposed to be a draft diamond.
Oh, yeah. All right. But yeah, I do like I think Kerryon can take over Jordan Howard's job if the knee's right.
Yeah, because I hope so. Because I feel like he's got way more potential. All I'm saying is we got a lot of pieces that we haven't seen gel right. If anybody's going to be that 2010, it's this team. I mean, Jalen Hurts fits the Michael Vick dual threat mold. So
let's get it.
Yeah.
I will co-sign with what she said. I think that you got the dual threat quarterback. He's not as fast as Michael Vick, but he's going to get it done. He's going to know when to run. He's going to have some highlight scrambles. You got a guy in Jalen Reagor who I think is going to be used more to take the top off, but more from the slot. So whether he's the big play guy or not, and then whoever you want to put it, Jalen Reagor being Deshaun, Devontae Smith being Jeremy Maclin, I think Devontae Smith is going to offer more than just your outside guy, your inside guy, your deep guy, your across the middle. He's going to be that tool that you can just do a lot with, and I think Sirianni's going to use him right. So listen, I mean, I think it has to grow. Again, the Eagles are one huge question mark, but that does not necessarily mean we're bad. Question marks can be like, dang, we're better than I thought. So we just got to wait back and see that. Shout out to Sports with Comma. Said only offensive lineman for Dallas. Only O lineman for Dallas is always hurt is Smith and Collins. Was in a car accident and rookie at center. Exactly. So you take advantage of the young people who are playing, and once you take out Collins and Smith, that's some big holes. Left tackle is a huge hole. That's your blind side. You know what I mean? So we definitely gonna have to see how that is. But right now we sit at 2-1, and now I think we're coming home to the Chiefs.
Hell.
Good old Kansas City and Andy Reid coming to town. Coming to town. How you feel about that one?
Hell. 2-2. I'm not even mad at it. That's an L you just take with pride. I mean, as long as you don't get blown out, Kansas City knows what their problem is, and they've been addressing it this offseason. They've been working on that O-line. We already know they got all the weapons. Only they're missing is that offensive line. I mean, of course, freaking what's his name? Tight end. I can't think of his name right now.
Who? Say it again.
Their tight end.
For the Chiefs? Kelsey?
Yes. Kelsey gonna be a matchup nightmare. It just all depends on who we get the quarterback too just sitting.
Yeah.
Like everything just depends on that. If we going in, like I said, with Zach, Slay, and Avonta, we getting cooked, we getting blown out. Obviously, I hope Zach can, step up and be a great corner. But just going in day one, I'm just not confident in having, a fourth round corner come in and start opposite of Slay against Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Russell Gage, Calvin Ridley, and Kyle Pitts. But Kansas City, I mean, their offense is just supercharged. Obviously, we're going against Andy Reid, one of the smartest coaches that's come through the NFL, come and playing his old team, ready to have some fun. I mean, I got it as an L, but I'm not mad at that L.
Yeah, I agree. Real quick, shout out to Victory. Said Chiefs have no offensive line. Bro, did you see what they acquired?
Right.
They just got like 4 different. Listen, first of all, they had 2 offensive linemen opt out. They're back. They added Thuney from the Patriots. They added Brown from the Ravens. And then they did something else. They added they're gonna have 5 new offensive linemen. With that being said, this is the game that I'm gonna put my Devontae Smith jersey on week 4. I'm gonna watch it with you guys. I'm gonna do the play-by-play. And if we just play a tough game or win, I'm taking that to my bank. But right now, in the way early prediction, I'm gonna mark it up as an L. Chop it up as an L. I agree. So right now we're sitting at week 5. We're 2-2, and then we go on the road after a loss to the Chiefs to the Carolina Panthers with newly acquired Sam Darnold. They did lose Curtis Samuels as well. How do you feel about that matchup on the road?
Carolina Panthers. Well, one thing about the Panthers I can just start off with, on the road, that home field advantage, in my opinion, doesn't really exist. They don't really have, obviously I'm from North Carolina. I grew up around Panthers fans. That home field advantage, I don't think is a thing. They're real quiet, not rowdy fans, barely any fans, period. As you can see, I'm not a Panthers fan. But I mean, they got Sam Darnold. That's a big question mark. They did get J.C. Horn. That's a huge up for them, getting J.C. Horn, but we got to remember Devonta Smith, J.C. Horn, with those 2 guys play. You got Christian McCaffrey coming back. Christian McCaffrey's going to have something to prove. I mean, they got some good guys, but David Moore, Robbie Anderson's still there. DJ Moore, they got some weapons in the wide receiver core. I feel like the most weapons Sam Darnold has ever had. What's their other corner? Bouye, AJ.
Yeah.
The Panthers is really going to be a toss-up. It's just really going to kind of come down to their coaching. And when I say that, I mean, obviously when Cam Newton was there, only reason why I go back to Cam Newton is because that was their biggest kind of culture. Cam Newton brought the team up confidence-wise, but I just don't see the identity of this team yet. I don't know if this is a team that's really like a hustle, grind it out kind of team. I feel like it's going to be a good – I just don't know, because I just don't know about Sam Darnold. I just don't know. It's just too many questions. They have pieces. They have weapons. Like I said, they got Robbie. They got DJ. They got David Moore. They got Christian McCaffrey coming back, so they got a little run game. It's just a big question with Sam Darnold. Obviously, we know J.C. Horn is going to be a dog. Bouye is straight. They could win. We could win. I just feel like we have a stronger culture than the Panthers. I feel like the Panthers don't have that culture yet. We got that grind it out dogs culture. You know what I mean? We got Jalen Hurts at the helm. I feel like it's going to, in those toss-up games when it's like the Panthers, I feel like we got Darius Slay on defense kind of like keeping the team motivated. And then we're going to have Jalen Hurts, I feel like, on offense going to kind of keep the team motivated. I don't know what the Panthers are as an identity. They're just too much of a question mark.
Yeah, and they got that young coaching staff too, which I kind of like it. Here's my take here. We just came off a loss with the Chiefs. Now, again, you could switch up some of these wins, losses, but we're coming in this game 2-2. Sam Darnold, I think, has a lot more upside than people think. I just think he was in a bad organization. Yeah. My brother's a Jets fan. I make fun of him all the time. I could see this game going either way. Now, we got the Bucs next. I'm trying to keep this interesting and back and forth. I think the Carolina Panthers are a beatable team. I really do think they're a beatable team. But don't sleep on them. This could be a game that we come off a loss to the Chiefs. We go in there thinking we're going to rebound and get beat up too, because they were putting up some points last year. So it's tough. This is a way too early prediction. Again, we don't even know who CB2 is, like you said. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take the dub on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the dub just from culture standpoint.
Facts. JC Eagle with the $5 super chat. He said, "Remember last time we played KC? We went to the Super Bowl and was Carson Wentz's second year. So who knows? Also, I like our defense if we get that other defensive back. I agree 100%.
Right.
Man. I think a lot of the rebuild or retool is going to be based on that because they're going to attack, and it's just going to make big play Slay out there not even getting the ball thrown his way for the simple fact. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So we definitely going to have to see. But right now we sit at 3-2. And now once again, we're going to come home, but we're going to come home and take on the Super Bowl champs. Who you got?
I mean, obviously, see, my thing is their defense obviously of course, defense won them the Super Bowl. Raw defense. And they pretty much retain all their pieces back. That's the scary thing about the Bucs. They retain everybody. Now, hopefully at this point, what's this, week 6?
Yes, week 6.
Hopefully at this point, our offense has gelled enough. On defense, I feel like if we just can pressure Tom Brady, I'm not going to put this automatically as an L. Okay, how about this? If I had to bet money, okay, I'm not a bettor. Okay, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if we win. There you go. That's the definition. I wouldn't be, and do I think we're going to win? Not necessarily, but I wouldn't be shocked if we won. Just because if we can put enough pressure on Tom Brady, let's not forget all them picks Tom Brady threw against the Saints. The Saints, where he threw 3 interceptions against the Saints. Pressure pipes, okay? The only thing that saved the Bucs was, of course, that strong defense against the Saints. Now, of course, that's huge. Defense win championship, But if we can pressure Tom Brady and just make some magic happen on offense, like the Saints weren't able to, then I could see us slipping away with a win here. Now, in this way too early, I'm going to say it's an L just because we don't have our cornerback 2 right now. Now, when we get our cornerback 2, we'll see. But if we can pressure Tom Brady and just make some stuff happen on offense, get that running game going like you keep talking about, I feel like we can really surprise the Bucs and win. And let's remember, Tom Brady's about to have another year on that body. And another year from 23 to 24 ain't that big. But another year from 44 to 45, that's a whole lot of year on your body, especially when you went and played a whole season through the Super Bowl. That's a heck of a lot of games on that body. If we can put that pressure, that defense just so stacked. I heard Levante David, he was on the I Am Athlete podcast talking to Brandon Marshall and them. And he was just talking about, I mean, they just got some dogs. They just got some dogs on defense. And we got some dogs like Darius Slay, yes, is a dog. Hopefully, Rodney McLeod is what he's supposed to be. Anthony Harris is supposed to be a dog, but that defense really just, it excites me. But hopefully by week 6, our offense has gelled enough to maybe if we can pressure Tom Brady, which I know we can do, we can pressure him, force those turnovers. And if our offense can just make some magic happen here and there, I feel like we can come away with the win.
Yeah, this is going to be one that, listen, the Bucs lost to the Bears last year. They almost lost to the Giants. They had some close games. Now, this is one more year. As much as Tom Brady gets older, he also gets more familiar. They're running more of Tom Brady's plays that he likes. The team brought everybody back, including their defensive coordinator, which is hard. I think the Bucs are going to be a force to reckon with. Everybody has an off game. You could call it a win. Again, I'm still iffy with Carolina, so I'm going to call it an L too. So listen, here's my thing, though. As we sit at week 6, we're 3-3. Let me be honest with you. Some of the teams I said that we won, we could lose to. So I think honestly, if we are at 6-6, I mean, if we are at 3-3 by week 6, I'm excited. I'm excited because I think we went through some tough ones. I think our schedule gets easy at the tail end. If we are 3-3 by week 6, I'm like, chalk it up as the trajectory, the arrows pointing up. And hey, Bobby Murphy, hey, bro, you don't got to watch the channel. The funniest thing is when someone's like, this channel's poop. but you're just on
Wait,
the
is
first.
Bobby Murphy a Cowboy?
I don't know.
Oh, he was an
I
Eagle
thought he
fan.
was an Eagle fan too, but it is what it is, my guy. You know what I mean? Enjoy the stream. If you don't like it, then turn it off, bro. Go do something. It's 10 o'clock. Go to bed. Where your kids at? You know what I mean?
Not where your kids at.
Where your kids at? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, it's cool though. I love reading the comments. With that being said, we go to week 7 though. So we're 500 and we go to Vegas. We go to Las Vegas and play the Raiders. What's up? How you feel about that one? We're 3-3 at this point.
We're 3-3.
We both got us 3-3, I should say.
Yeah, we just don't know how. Like, we just got different ways of getting to 3-3. We're 3-3. The Raiders, they're another miscellaneous team, in my opinion. Derek Carr, he's pretty average. I feel like okay, the Raiders, they're in their new stadium. It's their second season in the stadium. I don't think we haven't played in the stadium before, so it'll be a new experience for everybody. But we're a young team anyway, so it really don't matter. But I feel like a Raiders is a team we can get a win against. I feel like they don't have really a strong identity yet. I feel like, again, if we can but of course it just comes down to, cornerback too. But if we can just put the pressure on Derek Carr just doesn't really inspire me. I feel like we can just pressure him. And I know they're probably saying the same thing in their lives.
Let me ask you this, Joe. How many yards Nelson Aguilar going to get against us?
And the crazy thing about Nelson, well, they got Nelson and they got Ruggs. So hold up now. If we don't got a quarterback too now, look, any team with 2 receivers, if we don't got a quarterback too, Darius Slay can't. It just all comes out to the quarterback too. But Nelson's really intriguing because everybody wants to work out with Nelson. Hurst was working out with Nelson. Devonta Smith was just working out with Nelson. He just didn't want to play for us.
Yeah. I think the Raiders are trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to be rough. And I'm a biased fan. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm going to give us the nod. And again, these question marks that we have, because of me being an Eagle fan, because me being a little bit more of a believer in Hurts than him failing, because I know what Miles Sanders offer. If you don't give him only 7 run attempts, I feel a little bit more stronger. Now, we just came off a loss. We're 3-3. I'm going to go with the dub in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? I think the Eagle players are going to get hyped. The Eagles travel well. Who doesn't want to go on a little quick weekend vacation to Vegas? So I think we'll be able to crowd the stadium. And I'm going to give us a W. So I got us going 4-3 at this moment.
Okay. So I have 4-3. Yeah, I have us getting the dub over the Raiders. So yeah, 4-3.
All right. So now we're going to stay on the road. So we go back-to-back road trips. And that could be hard. Back-to-back road trips. We're playing against Detroit Lions. They got Jared Goff. They did some things. They got Waddle, but they got a quarterback who is like, do you think they really prefer him over Matthew Stafford? No, I just think it got salty over there. They had to move some pieces. They got some stuff. How do you feel about staying on the road back to back and going against the Lions?
Just off the strength of Jared Goff, like I said, Waddle, of course, is going to be a big threat. But outside of Waddle, what are the Lions' weapons?
They lost Kenny Galladay. I think they even lost Marvin.
They did lose Kenny. Isn't Kenny with the Giants now?
Yeah, Kenny Galladay's with the Giants.
The Giants. So the Lions. I guess this is Darius Slay's first time playing the Lions, back at home. So I think this is the Halloween game. So I'm gonna have us beating the Lions. If we're 4-3 or if we're 3-4, I just feel like by the time we get to the Lions game, this is gonna be a game where we feel like we need to get this win. Like this is gonna be a favorable matchup for us. So we can kind of be at the point where it's like, okay, we need to get this win over the Lions. Because like you said, we could easily be 2 whatever at this point, just given our first half matchup. So I feel like the Lions will be definitely a win we can get. I'm never really nervous about Jared Goff. Now, of course, with the Rams, they had a lot more weapons, but I'm not worried about Jared Goff on the Lions. It'll be interesting to see Waddle play. Obviously, Jalen Hurts was talking about his relationship with Waddle before he ended up getting drafted by the Lions. But this will be Darius Slay's first game back in Detroit.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Oh
Nelson
yeah,
went to New
Waddle.
England. Yeah, I did forget about that. He made 8 million in the deal too. He got 16 million for 2 years, I think it was. He was like 8 million or something a year. So shout out to Nelson Aguilar getting paid. I forgot they got Jalen Mills too. That's when Bill Belichick went on that shopping spree. You know what I mean? He got the tight end from the
Oh, we
Chargers,
got
Hunter
everybody.
Henry.
Yep,
He got
yep.
Jonnu Smith. He got the
Jalen
defensive
Mills
tackle from the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, he went on a big run. Shout out to
in
Kelvin though
one
with the
day.
$5 super chat.
So yeah, Waddle went to Miami. So who do the Lions? Who's on the Lions roster?
Yeah. What? Oh, they got Penny Sewell. See, I'm losing. I'm
Oh, they
losing my
got
train of thought.
Penei.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got
Okay.
Penny Sewell.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
yeah, so
the
yeah, I agree. I think the Lions are. Jeff Okudah was their pick last year. I think he struggled at times, but again, the Lions put people in bad situations. Once again, shout out to Kelvin with the $5 super chat. He said, "I like both your channels. Keep up the good work. Let us know about Nelson." So yeah, we were trying to build the Lions up, but they're not good. I think we can get a dub there, even being on the road back to back. And again, like you just said, and I want to elaborate. I have us going, possibly 4-3 through the first 7, but some of them 4 wins, I was on the edge. Carolina could be that up or down thing. Dallas, I don't think Dallas is sweeping us. I would love to sweep Dallas, but I always try to, when I do my way too early predictions, I try to keep Dallas and the Eagles as a split. I try to keep Dallas and the Eagles as a split just for GP. If we sweep them, that's better. If we lose both times, I'm very upset. But I try to keep it as a sweep normally. I got us winning this game. And again, Carolina and Dallas were my 2 iffy ones in that first stretch. So if we win this, now we are 5-3. I would be extremely happy. 5-3. And again, this is a iffy 5-3. But now we're gonna go home and play the Chargers, who I think is a pretty good team. How do you feel about that?
The Chargers is definitely going to be a team because they definitely invested in their O-line. And what's his name? Herbert just stood up last season. Like, he really had a great season last season, and he didn't even have the best offensive line last season. So now I feel like the Chargers have been investing in their offensive line. You got Justin Herbert. This is another team where it's an extremely explosive offense. They got Keenan Allen, Jared Cook, Mike Williams, Herbert, and they invested in their offensive line. This is going to kind of come down to, like we said, what is our defense looking like? What is that cornerback 2 position looking like? Because Justin Herbert already proved he could light it up, period. And now that they're protecting it, getting that pass protection up, I'm going to be a little bit shook about Justin Herbert. So as of right now, since this is all we got to judge off of, if we're going in with, like I said, Darius Slay, Monte Maddox, and Zach, then it's an L.
Yeah, I got us losing to the Chargers too. So that puts us back at 5-4. And again, could we beat the Chargers? Yes, but in the same way we could beat the Chargers, we could slip up to the Carolina Panthers. I feel really good about the Lions game. I feel really good about the Raiders game getting a dub. You know what I mean? That can go put us on a little streak. So after the Chargers, we said L, and I'm giving the Chargers their flowers. I think Herbert is going to be a baller in this league. Shout out to JC Eagle Talk. When we were on that little mistake run, he corrected us too. My guy, JC Eagle Talk, appreciate you. So now we're going to play the Broncos, who I think they're trying to build that defense up, still have a quarterback problem. I'm going to go first. I think we beat the Denver Broncos. It's in Denver. I know they say the altitude thing and all that, but the Eagles have been pretty decent in Denver. Now, the last time we played them, we had Carson Wentz. We were on a Super Bowl run, and we lit them up for a 50 burger. You know what I mean? Or close to a 50 burger. So we ran out of firework. Or no, that was at home. Never mind what I'm talking about. I think we win this game. How you feel about the Broncos?
Broncos they're the ones that got Surtain, right? Yep. Yeah. Broncos got Patrick Surtain. The Broncos, I'm gonna have us getting the win over the Broncos. They still have to figure out their quarterback situation. Just like we're trying to figure out corner 2. They're still trying to decide, I guess, between Teddy and Drew Lock. Of course, if it's Drew, that ain't no problem. Even if it's Teddy, that could be no problem. But just depending on who they have at quarterback, I think I got us beating the Broncos, but that's going to be a team too, kind of a little bit of a toss up for me, just kind of depending on, like we say, how we're going to address that cornerback 2 position. But that's definitely a game I'm gonna have to look more into to kind of see more of the matchups.
Yeah, because they're the ones who got Ronald Darby, I believe. Yeah, so they got Ronald Darby and Surtain. Darby's been all right since he left though.
Devonta Williams too, running back, Carolina.
Yeah, and which was good.
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy, again, they got some receivers. They do got some receivers. Jerry Jeudy, pretty good. Alabama guy, route runner. I think he had like 700 yards last season. Cortland Sutton was injured all year, so he's another guy. So again, Broncos, Carolina, they're my 2 wild cards. Would I love to beat them?
Too, because they got Javonta, and then they already had Melvin Gordon, so they got a little rotation there in the running back room. So
just so I'm gonna give us the win. So that puts us now at 6-4. 6-4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-4, and then we come home and play the Saints. Now, Jalen Hurts first start, he beat the Saints. But you saw the Saints play a tough game. They're gonna have a whole year knowing that they're away from Drew Brees. I think they're gonna play a little bit harder. It is in Philly. I'm gonna give us the loss, though. I'm gonna give us the loss in that game to the Saints. How you feel?
I really like the Saints defense, and the Saints are a team that they're just so consistent. In the last couple of years, the Saints, they're always there. Like, they're always in, like, my last 10, 11 years. I know back in the day they were the Aints and whatever, but the Saints, this new regime, they're extremely consistent. They've always been average, or a little bit above average. They're definitely a tough team to play. I know Jalen Hurts got that win over the Saints last season, but it was special circumstances. They had their injuries. I think it's really hard to bet against the Saints. I'm gonna have to go with the Saints, and the Saints are a team that even though they lost Drew Brees. I know it's Drew Brees, but we got to remember it's old Brees. Yeah. They're a team that they've been playing together for so long. Their pieces have gelled so long that they're just a strong unit altogether, especially that offense. I mean, Alvin Kamara,
Michael Thomas.
That offense is stout, and then their defense is always solid. So I'm gonna just have us taking the L to Saints.
Yeah, so right there, we both got ourselves at 6-4. Well, real quick, shout out to everybody in the chat. Listen, if you haven't done it, smash the like button for your boy. It goes a long way. And listen, don't time people out. Listen, as long as nobody's coming at your neck, hey, if they're coming at me, let them come. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I don't care about it, but only time out if it's racism, just some really disrespectful stuff. But if the Giant fans, Cowboy fans are talking, hey, we're gonna have all year of this. You know what I mean? We play both the teams twice, and I'm all for the division trash talk. That's what you got to do. We're not supposed to like you. You're not supposed to like us. So we both got us losing to the Saints. All right, that's good. So now we get to week 12. And we got the Giants. First game with the Giants. It's after Thanksgiving. It is in MetLife, the first game. What's your take on that? The Giants got better all around. I think they got their defense better. James Bradbury was underrated last year. They did get Adoree Jackson. Saquon Barkley's back. He's going to be a problem if healthy.
They got Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney is a pretty darn good receiver, so they got weapons. I am still not sold on Daniel Jones, though. That's my talking point. But where do you stand first game against the Giants?
Obviously it's going to go either way, but I'm going to just the strongest thing Giants have going for them, yeah, like we just mentioned, all the pieces, all the weapons that they've been getting, and they've just been slowly gathering little pieces here and there, and now it's starting to form into a roster. But the thing about the Giants that scare me is that they're extremely scrappy, and that's what I was saying about the Panthers, that they kind of lack. Now, I don't know what the Panthers of 2021 going to be, but they lack that scrappiness. You know how we've always had that scrappy culture. The Giants all of a sudden want to be scrappy, and they had a shook last season. they were weaponless. I mean, we had a lot of injuries too, but they just kept clawing. Even against the Cowboys, they kept clawing. It was so many games. I think even against the Steelers, they were in a close game against the Steelers. I think the Steelers ended up winning, but they just extremely scrappy. And now you add Adoree, you add Kadarius Toney to that. You got Saquon back ready to go. Like you said, Daniel Jones is a big question mark, but he think he got that dog in him. Like he be acting like he got scared. So Giants, they're gonna be a very scrappy team. They're gonna be extremely scrappy. And now that they got the vendetta against us, they're a team I'm not really excited to play, because last season, if you kind of look at the Giants games, they was a lot of their games, they were right there.
Yeah.
And
we split against them. But let's be honest, if Ingram catches that pass, man, they get the dub. Now Ingram's on a team, he might do a blunder like that too. Remember, the first one is in MetLife. I think there's so much build-up animosity between both teams. It's going to be tough. Like, listen, again, when I do these way too early ones, because I still got to assess the roster and see what we do and stuff like that, I really do think that when a division opponent is good, like for the longest time, the Giants have been trash. So I always just say, we can sweep them. We can sweep Washington. Now, we didn't always sweep them, but for the most part, Washington and Giants, it was 4 easy wins. I always said split with Dallas. Now I'm starting to say that this is a way too early prediction. I'm going to call a split with Dallas, and I might have to call a split with the Giants, just because I saw what the Giants were last year. They played some hard teams tough. They played us tough. They got better. I believe we got better just by getting a coach that runs the ball, by getting a quarterback that won't turn over the ball like Carson Wentz. Now, again, we got to see Jalen Hurts, but I think you can't play worse than Carson Wentz last year. I don't think you can. So if you're a little bit better than Carson, you run the ball a little bit, we got better too. We got a number one. So I'm going to go first game in MetLife. I do not want to give the Giants fan the satisfaction, but on a way too early one, I'm going to call a split with the Giants, so I'm going to give them this one.
Yeah, the Giants, like we said, they just tired of us always writing them off. And like, my thing is, I've never had anything against the Giants. Like, I've always just disliked the Cowboys, of course, the Cowboys. I've always, has hated the Cowboys. The Washington football team, like I said, my family is from D.C., both my mom and my dad, so full of Washington football team fans. So I've never really hated the Washington football team just because that's what I grew up around. But I just never even thought about the Giants as anything. You know what I mean? So now all of a sudden,
I'm a little older than you, so I was in high school where I can do my most trash talking, and I was in high school in 2007, and I graduated in 2009. So I was in high school when they won the Super Bowl, the first one, and I just got out of high school, starting to do my thing. And I saw them win the 2010-11 one or 2010 one. So, I saw the Giants as that hardcore defense juggernaut, Eli Manning being able to get it done. But then they dropped, bang.
Yep.
And they were bad for a while. And I used to say, again, when I do my way too early ones, I used to say, sweep the Giants, sweep the Washington football team, sweep the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm starting to just say, Giants fans are starting to get me mad because, I'm doing the collabs with entertaining the Cowboys fans, and you got all this build-up animosity. We didn't really want Devontae. Yeah, we did want Devontae. No, we didn't. You guys tanked. We should have go to the playoffs, blah, 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 blah. I want to beat them so bad.
Right.
But this is my way too early prediction. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to call split, so I'm going to give us the loss here. What do you got?
Like I said, they're so scrappy. That's the thing that I think the Giants. Now, I remember Eli Manning days. I think I was in elementary school, but I definitely remember Eli Manning days. But they're just so scrappy now. They just came up out of nowhere. Like you said, usually we could just write the Giants off before the even season, before the draft, after their free agency. It was always Giants win, win, win. Now they just got this new scrappiness. Plus, add the vendetta, because they were scrappy before we stole the playoffs from them and stole Devonta Smith. Now they got a reason to be scrappy, and they're extremely scrappy. I'm a little bit scared, and they're going to be waiting for us. So I'm going to go ahead and give us that L. Giants fans, y'all can have something. Y'all ain't never
This
had.
is the only reason I want to change my mind, and it's true. But Daniel Jones is buns, though.
He is, but the thing about Daniel Jones, the difference, Daniel Jones is trash, but in his mind, he don't think he's trash. And that actually goes a long way because the confidence is dripping up. Daniel Jones is extremely confident, which makes him dangerous.
He's gonna have all the weapons in the world. Again, the offensive line is a little bit. The offensive line is not fully built for the Giants, but he got a top-notch running back. He got 3 wide receivers at his disposal. He got a second year in the system.
Yep. And he was ready to butt. He think he Michael Vick or Jalen Hurts. Like those players like that are extremely confident are the most dangerous ones because they're going to take the chances. They're willing to throw that dangerous pass that just ends up as a wild catch and should have been an interception. They're the ones that's go like he tried to go run down the 100-meter but couldn't finish. They're the ones that's always supposed to wild that could end up being something positive. That's why Daniel Jones scares me because he think he Patrick Mahomes.
True. So listen, I'm gonna give the G-men the respect. I'm gonna give us a split. So I'm gonna call this win here. So of course I'm gonna take the Week 16 one. Again, this is the way too early prediction. So we sit through 12 weeks at 6-6. 6-6. 500 at this point. So now we're 6-6. We go on the road. We stay in New Jersey and we go play the Jets.
The Jets is trash. The Jets are another team that don't have an identity. But I'm from the South. Maybe y'all up north, maybe the Jets have an identity to y'all. The Jets are a team that's just, I've never really seen them have an identity. Obviously, they got Zach Wilson. We're playing them later in the season. What's this, week 13?
Yeah.
We're playing them later in the season, which is an up for them because obviously they're starting to get familiar with each other. I don't think we've ever lost to the Jets. Have we ever lost to the Jets?
Nope. And I let my brother know all the time. So we've never lost as a franchise. Again, we only play them every 4 years.
Okay, so we getting the dub. I just feel like we're just a better team overall than Jets. They're starting to get their little pieces, Mims. Now they got their quarterback, but I just feel like we're the more complete team. We got a new coach, obviously in Saleh, like him. Might be saying his name wrong, but
Salah,
yeah. I'm so terrible. I just be saying people's names.
Hey, I'm the worst at
saying my name anyway, so
yes.
I just got us beating the Jets.
Yeah, so there we go. So we were through 12 weeks, we were 6-6. We figured out a way to get back to 500. We're 7-6. We go into the bye week. So now we come out the bye week, one game over 500, and we got the Washington football team.
It's crazy we're playing Washington so late because I feel like we always play in Washington game 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or just 1, 2, or 3. So it's crazy we're playing Washington so late, but Washington obviously was the team of our division last year. Their defense is scary, mad scary. They beefed up their defense too. They got a lot of defensive pieces in the draft. I'm a little bit concerned about their quarterback position. What's their status at quarterback? Ryan Fitzpatrick
until he explodes, and then they go Heineke. And here's my thing. Again, this is a really wait and see approach because if Ryan Fitzpatrick does his normal annually spaz out and now they're just rotating quarterbacks at this point this late, then I'm like, let's get this dub. But if they have a competent quarterback, and that roster looks like that, they're a tough team.
They're a tough team because they got their weapons. They added Curtis. They already had Scary Terry. So any team that's got a quarterback and 2 capable wide receivers, 2 good wide receivers, I'm scared of. So, and of course their defense too.
Half the league.
Right. Right. And all these teams back to back playing these juggernaut offenses. So I'm a little bit scared because of that defense is raw. And then it's just all, I feel like the Washington football team, if they really added a quarterback, they're really, really scary because they got a little run game going. They got that defense. I guess their biggest deficit, I mean, it's huge, is the quarterback and O-line. But don't let them get some guards, and don't let them get a little capable quarterback, because Washington's going to be scary because they got the weapons everywhere, except for, I know those are the two biggest things, the O-line and the quarterback. But don't let them look. I heard some people saying, "Oh, watching," like I said, my family's watching it. Oh, we need to trade for Aaron Rodgers. They would be scary.
Oh yeah, man. I don't even want to even think about that. I'm glad there's no big rumors about that. It's all like probably inside Washington speculation, just hope and prayers. Which all fan bases do it. We do it too. We're like, hey, guy on the market, let's see what we got. Throw some money at him.
I've never heard anybody want to go to Washington, so I feel like even the draft picks, I've never heard anybody like, oh, I've always been a Washington fan. Okay. I'm so glad I got drafted or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, once they get that jersey, they gotta say to the fans though. But yeah, so I agree. Listen, here it is though. So pretty much this is the stretch. The home stretch after the bye is Washington Giants, Washington Cowboys. Now, again, I used to say Giants sweep, Washington sweep, split with Dallas. That used to be my MO because that's normally what we did. But I think times are changing. Again, give it a year or two, we'll be back to the Eagles doing what we do legitly. I could be super hyped in the way too early prediction, but I got to keep it real. And although the question marks could turn out to be fantastic, the question marks can also turn out to be like, I see a little bit potential, but we need more time. We need more time. Whether it's need more time with coaching, need more time with the offensive line, need more time. I mean, the quarterback play, need more time in the secondary. We could need more time. With that being said, again, these are the way too early ones. Now, again, if it comes down to the Eagles needing to win 3 of their last 4, I'm going to hope and pray, and we're going to see how we are playing at that point. But I'm going to treat Washington. I'm treating everybody in our division a little bit better than normal. I'm going to try to say split with everybody. So I'm going to give Washington this win, and we're going to go back to 7-7.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking we're going to be splitting with everybody in our division. Like we said, it's usually always either the Giants. Well, as of late, it was either the Dallas Cowboys were usually just the team we was worried about in the division. It would just be the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Giants want to rise up. The Washington football team ready to rise up. So the NFC East is definitely tough. Now, people keep saying, of course, we're the easiest division, but you can also flip it and say we're the hardest division because there's so many freaking scrappy teams that we have to play against and we're going to be splitting against. Like, how many other divisions is everybody pretty much splitting with everybody? But it is pretty scary how they have us. When I look at these, all these are way too early, but people either have us winning 4 games or they have us winning 10. Like, it's no in between.
Yeah, and I'm coming in the in between. It looks like right now we're 7-7 in my pick.
Right.
So I look like I'm the real legit tweener. So we about to see.
You
agree though? You're
we split with everybody. I feel like we 3-3 in the division then.
So if that's the case, like you said, the $5 super chat said, "How is Washington defense scary?" And they're 0-4 against Danny Dimes, but y'all say he's buns. Well, then let me just say this. You put him in front of Washington's defense, he's good. You put him in front of a bunch of other teams, the dude had 11 touchdowns. He played double-digit games, had 11 touchdowns.
Oh, weak. Yeah, Danny, I'm just surprised, a Duke quarterback even really came out. I was shook. My sister
was surprised Duke had a football team.
Right, because my sister.
I knew they did. I would just.
No, but seriously though, when I say the stands are empty at the Duke games, like empty. They're football games. I mean, of course, they're a basketball school, but when they drafted a quarterback out of Duke, I'm like, huh? He must got some dirt on somebody in the organization.
True. So with that being said, we said we're going to split. So that means we got the Giants week 16. We're calling that a dub. We got Washington. That's a dub. And Dallas, we would call it a loss if you agree that we're going to split because I called Dallas win early. And if it really comes down to it, I'd rather beat Dallas late than beat Dallas early. So call it what you want. It is what it is. So if that happens, we go 7-7. It would be 8-7, 9-7, 9-8. That's what we saying right now.
So
9 wins, 8 losses. If we split the division and we lose to the people we talked about earlier, win against the people we said, like the Chargers, the Raiders, the Lions, the Panthers, possibly. We got us going 9-8, 1 game over 500.
But listen to this though, Mike. So we agree splitting with the division, I feel like is best case scenario for us. Because if Dallas is how Dallas is gonna be, I'm not saying we're gonna get clapped by them twice, but I'm saying splitting with the division is a good scenario. Because I feel like Dallas, they have Dak back. Ezekiel Elliott was not Ezekiel Elliott last year. They beefed up that defense. Now, of course, they still need to get that pass.
They're rookies, though. You can't always rely on rookies.
That's true.
We're gonna see.
But then look, we got rookies too. We rookies everywhere too. But my thing is, okay, so let's say we 3-3, just starting out 3-3, just based off splitting the division. So then we add the Chiefs, 3-4, who we said we both agreed on the Chargers being a loss, 3-5. The Bucks, we both agreed on the Bucks being a loss, 3-6. Who else did we say we think is pretty much a loss?
A loss. I had San Fran, but then you had us beating.
Oh yeah, you had San Fran.
Yeah,
and then the Falcons is a toss up. So
but here's my thing. So as I sit right now, the way too early, I'm gonna give much respect to the division, and I'm gonna say 3-3. Like you said, the Eagles are in that spot where, oh snap, we're better. Let's go. Or we need a year. We need 2 years. And let's be honest, we got 3 possible first round picks next year. So maybe we speed the process up. But it sucks. And listen, I'm gonna talk my crap every single time we play a division opponent. As an Eagle fan on YouTube, I'm not used to losing to them. But listen, I have Cowboy fans. I mean, I have Cowboy friends. I have Giant friends. I only know 2 Washington football friends. But whenever the Washington team beats me, they let me know about it. And so I'm always going back and forth. So I've been up and downs. I saw the Giants win. I never saw the Cowboys win. I never saw the Washington football team win because I'm only 30. I was 5 years old when they were winning. But I saw the Giants win, and they rubbed it in my face like crazy. So it is what it is. We're going to see. Shout out to Drew, though, with the $2 super chat. He said Philly Mike and Symone with the sports salute. So at this point, an hour and 12 minutes in, we got it at 9-8. Now, if the team shows more, wow, everything's clicking. Our offense is better. We're staying healthy. Maybe the 9 moves up.
Yeah.
If we show, dang, man, we need more than a year, maybe the 9 moves down. So I'm going to stick with this way too early prediction. I like how we came to 9-8. I always want to win more, but I'm happy with the 9-8 as of now with no CB2.
Yeah, I think it all just depends on now. Me being optimistic, 70% optimistic, 30% logical. I feel like our offense could definitely be dangerous. I mean, our offensive line is held down by veterans, Pro Bowl veterans. And we got those young guys that's really showed that they can step up. We got some competition on the O-line. Who has competition on the O-line? We got competition, Jordan and Andre. We guys is fighting for spots on our O-line this year, given everybody stays healthy. We got Jalen Hurts now. Like we said, we both know we just confident in Hurts given his potential. We haven't exactly seen what he could do 100% yet on this level. We got Devonta Smith, Jalen Reagor. We got freaking Dallas Goedert. If Zach Ertz want to act right, and if we keep Zach Ertz, as of right now, he's on our roster. If Zach Ertz act right and be that vet to Goddard and goat him up, we got Miles Sanders, Kerryon, and Kenny. I'm going to mix some guys up.
And Gainwell.
Right. I'm going to mix them up all season. But we got a running back rotate. We got hella competition in the running back room. We got hella competition in the wide receiver room. We got hella competition. Look, some people say we got competition at quarterback. I'm just playing. But they do. But
Jamie Newman.
They want to just say whatever. We got competition on the O-line. Good competition. We got guys fighting for a spot in our wide receiver room. Last year, we just was praying a guy would step up. Now we got guys fighting for a spot. Look at our running back room. Last year, we was praying for a 7-yard run. And then this year, we got good guys fighting for a spot. Like, it's just that cornerback 2. Like, we just get that cornerback 2 position on lock. I feel like we got a good, and then let's not forget our coaching staff. And I love Doug Peterson. No, I mean, of course, he put a ring on it. No shade to Doug. Love Doug. But Nick Sirianni just is a super energetic coach. And not saying that that's a knock on Doug, because he wasn't. Everybody has their own coaching style. Look at Andy Reid. Like, he dries paper. Look at Mike Tomlin. He seems pretty dry. But Nick Sirianni seems super energetic, and he's playing with young guys. So that energy is going to translate from the sidelines to the field. He seems super confident, super energetic. He's coaching, even though they're all young, he's coaching with guys that he's coached with before. So he's already got that rapport with his coaching staff. So I just feel like, and then Jonathan Gannon brought over some of his dudes as well on defense. So they already got that rapport. I feel like we're going to be better than people think we are. We just got to go ahead and sign a corner or trade Ertz, or trade those first-round picks, whatever we got to do to get a cornerback too, and we're going to be good, period. People tripping.
Facts. And let me just say this real quick to everybody. Look, I got us going 9-8 in my way too early, and a lot of people are saying I put too much respect on a division, that we're going to sweep some guys as of now, because, again, I'm a big believer in knowing what you really got going into it, and although doing the research I've done, really watching a team like I do, their question marks, I'm leaning towards good question marks. I think we have the best offensive line in a division if healthy. Dallas, if healthy, rivals that. Then it goes to Washington, then last Giants. Mm-hmm. Other people got better receivers overall and all that stuff. You can argue the quarterbacks too, because at least there's film out there on them. I think our question marks are going to be surprising. I think our question marks are going to be better. I think we're going to put it together quicker than people think. But as of now, because we were in last, because I saw the Giants play hard at times throughout the season, because I think they got better minus Daniel Jones. Cowboys got Dak back. Washington keeps adding to that defense. I think that, could we beat them twice? Of course. Would I love it? Of course. Once we get closer to OTAs and I'm really able to feel this out, CB2, you start to really see a preseason game. Oh, we're seeing these looks, this young boy stepping up. You can get a better feel. I can watch Dallas maybe look a little bit rusty. Maybe the Giants, you got guys who are cocky, you don't know. But right now, I got to give a little bit more respect to the NFC East than I normally do. I always say, for the people just coming in here, I used to say, I hate Dallas, but we split Dallas, and then we sweep the Giants, sweep the Washington football team. I used to never even blink an eye to them. Right. And I'm not saying, oh my God, I'm scared to play the Giants or the Cow. No, but I do think we are all more equal in this division because of just everything that happened. And you got to respect the rebuild. I think we put ourselves in a situation to come out running. And if we don't run as fast as we think, we have some arsenal to really prepare ourselves. There's good corners next year. There's good players next year. We have 3 first-round picks and possibly more. If we are not who we think we are, we auction some guys off. It's really going to come down to Jalen Hurts. I think we're going to either survive or be below on the back of Jalen Hurts. And I like him. But real quick, DJ Smooth with the $5 super chat. He said, we sweeping, y'all. And Symone, never saw you. I'll follow you.
Appreciate you. But y'all not
a Giants fan. They just going to come and get you when it's not good. No,
right.
Shout out to you, though. But again, look. But listen. Week 12. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and pregame when I'm live with my guys, pause, I'm going to be talking so much trash on the Giants, and then we're going to beat the Giants.
Right. I just never even knew I would have to talk trash to a Giants fan. Like I said, I only know one Giants fan. One of my cousins is a Giants fan. I never thought I would have to engage in trash talk with a Giants fan.
Yeah, they're so close. Where I'm at in PA.
Okay.
Giants and Cowboys fans are...
Yeah, the Cowboys fans just, of course, they're everywhere. the Washington football team, I wouldn't know any. All my family is Washington football team fans, but outside of that, like just in Atlanta, I don't see any. Like I see Eagles fans, I see Eagles jerseys, Eagles hats. I never see Giants. I see Cowboys everywhere, even in North Carolina. Eagles fans everywhere. Not a Giant in sight.
Exactly. And so I'm still gonna hold on to this. Listen, the Giants finally beat us, but before that, it was butt whooping after butt whooping after butt whooping. So what they're trying to say, it's a new day. But the new day hasn't came. And right now, the reason Giants fans are so mad at oh, you guys tanked. Oh, you guys took Devontae Smith. And some of them are not that mad at Devontae Smith pick after they saw the haul they got. But they were mad at the moment. They weren't mad after because they got some good value. They got some good trade back value, and they got Kadarius Toney. Well, no matter what you feel about him, they got good value with moving back. They got good stuff. But here's the thing. If you beat us, then you beat us. Then we can start talking about it. But y'all, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got to see it. And right now, the track record is smack, 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 smack. We're going to keep it for now.
Right.
DJ said $2 super chat. He said, I'll be at MetLife when we play y'all, Philly Mike. Well, that's the first one, too. After Thanksgiving. Listen, I'm going to be going to some Eagle games, though. But I don't think I'm going to MetLife. Here he goes again. Joe Judge. Judge Judy is going to run up that scoreboard. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, with that being said, man, I think we talked our talk with the schedule. 9-8 as of now.
In some form or fashion.
You know what? Forget it. Let's lose to the rest of the team and just sweep the whole division.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just so I could just, come up here and just laugh. But at the end of the day, you got any closing thoughts? Appreciate you for coming on. And listen, Eagle fans, if you haven't checked out Symone Stanley with the sports, Symone with the sports, all you got to do is type it in the search bar. Bang! It'll come up. You gotta do subscribe. She just passed 3K, a little bit ago. So she's on her grind.
But yeah, I just feel like closing thoughts. I mean, the analysts want to say that we got the easiest schedule. I really don't think we have the easiest schedule. I mean, we got one defending Super Bowl champ. Then we got the Super Bowl champ before that. Then we got the San Fran 49ers, who was just in the Super Bowl. Then we got the freaking Chargers, who are coming up trying to get in the Super Bowl. So we got 4 tough teams in those our non-conference schedule is just so tough. And then we have, like we said, the Atlanta Falcons, people want to write them off because of their record, but they really have an explosive offense, and it really went down to their coaching, who they got rid of. So that's a tough game. I feel like we got a lot of tough games. We got a lot of games to get excited about, a lot of fun teams we get to watch. Like, we don't usually get to watch the Kansas City Chiefs. We don't usually get to watch, we get to watch the Bucs a lot, but we don't usually get to watch the Chargers. We don't usually get to watch the Raiders, especially in Las Vegas. So we got a lot of exciting games to look forward to, especially for me. Atlanta game is going to be super lit. Last time we played Atlanta, I got embarrassed. I was embarrassed in the stadium, because the Dirty Birds, they was everywhere. Yeah. But this season, I feel like we're really going to shock everyone. Like you said, Jalen Hurts, it's on you, bruh. It's on you. Defense gonna have to stand up, gonna have to show out, because honestly, it was a lot of games last season where we put up enough points, in my opinion, to should have won that game, and our defense disappointed us a lot last season, especially a game against the Steelers. I know Carson Wentz sucked last year, but it was a lot of games where Carson Wentz, not a lot of games. It was a couple games where Carson Wentz really made a big play kind of towards the end or maybe in the middle of the game, and we put up at least 28 points. If Hurts putting up at least 20, if we get in the 20s, then that's when the defense needs to step up, because a lot of games, like I said, Carson Wentz got us in the 20s and the defense just didn't stand up. The Steelers game got me pissed last season. That could have been a game we lost. We could have won. Carson got a lot of the hate and whatever, because of course he was the quarterback, the face of the team. But that defense better stand up this year, because these offenses that we're facing, in a lot of games we could have won last season. I know we in a new season, but that defense better be supposed to be our bread and butter and better be our bread and butter this year, especially that defensive line. Come on now.
Yeah, real quick, shout out to Victory, $5 super chat channel member. Said Giants fan act like they're not salty, but why are they here then? Like, listen, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you say you're over your ex-girlfriend, right? But you're still on her Facebook page and Twitter page. Like, bruh, if you don't care about the Eagles, if you're not scared about the Eagles, I mean, just leave us alone. You know what I mean? Exactly. Shout out to the entertainer. That's my guy. I respect his content. You know, of course, I don't like the Giants. But listen, if I got the entertainer on here, it's Giants, Eagles talk, come through, talk your talk. But, you know, when it's Eagle fashion, I mean, I couldn't sit and listen for an hour about a team I don't like. The only reason I talk to them about it is because I'm on the screen and I can defend myself and we got to get it done because, you know, at the end of the day, it got to be done. And I guarantee when I told the entertainer, I told Cowboys Fan Talk, and I told Ed Oliver that when we are in the season and the blood is starting to boil, the panel is going to be a little bit more animosity. It's going to have a little bit more animosity on the panel. But again, I try to keep it respectful. As long as somebody's talking just sports about it with me, that's all we do. That's all we do. Right. Shout out to Victory with the super chat. And again, I'll give you this. One ring. Hurts is garbage. We'll see. Listen, all I'm going to say is this. I saw 2 games that I love from Hurts. I saw 2 games that I was kind of scared of Hurts. So 2 games I like. Coach got to bring out that potential. 2 games I didn't like. If he's a good player, he'll put that aside. It's not like they were all bad. Not many players can come in their first start, a bad supporting cast.
Yep.
COVID-19. It's week 12. They're just getting into it on a really crazy season and beat the Saints defense. And then after that, yes, we took the loss in Arizona, but the dude threw for 300 plus yards. So, you know, 300 plus yards, a win against the Saints. I'm going to take that positive. He was horrible against the Cowboys, and he had rushing touchdowns against the Washington football team. But, you know, maybe we would have won. Maybe we wouldn't. We put tank field in. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, saw some positive, saw some negatives.
Extremely small sample size, too.
Small sample size. And so if my coaching staff is who I think it is, we going to be all right.
Right.
Real quick, shout out to Victory, $2 super chat. Who got the ring last, right? Exactly. When you scroll backwards, you're going to see the Eagles logo before you see anybody's logo.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, listen, I respect the Giants fans a little bit more because they got one in the last decade, but we just got out of that decade. But listen, I try to tell everybody, you know, if you're a 45, 50-year-old Cowboys fan, more power to you. But the reason sports is fun is to go through the journey and watch your team. If I am being taught as a 28, 27, 30-year-old guy, wow, my team was good when I didn't know sports. Yes.
Exactly.
What did I witness?
Exactly. You never got to, like, the Cowboys fans I know, you never got to see your team win. So
that's what it's about. It's not about watching the highlights.
Even if it's only one, I've witnessed them winning, and I was youthful for it. I wasn't 70 in my rocking chair. Finally getting to see it. I feel so bad for the old Eagles fans. I love them. I feel so bad. They had to wait 70, 80 years.
Me too.
But dang, I'm glad I won one in my youth.
Yeah. Great times. I was 27, 26, 27. LT coming in with the $5 super chat. He said, I'm losing brain cells trying to remember the last time the Giants beat the Eagles twice in a season. I didn't have kids when that happened. You know what I mean? Now I got 3. That just goes to show. Now, we got the last one, DJ Smooth. He was talking his talk. And listen, I respect when Giants, Cowboys, Washington fans talk their talk because that's what we're supposed to do. But as long as we keep it a buck and keep it respectful, we don't like y'all, you don't like us. But I do love how much we hate each other. That's the good part about it. Shout out to you, DJ Smooth. With that being said, I got to go to work tomorrow. Appreciate you for coming on, Symone. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Smash the like button on the way out. If you haven't done it already, it helps the content. It pushes it out there. It gets guys who are just watching the stream, hating for hours. Hey, the guys who've been hating, hit the dislike button. You know that helps too, to be honest.
Right, just hit
Hit the dislike button. It's all good in the hood. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out.
Bye, guys.
Peace.